Next up is House District 8A, which consists of neighborhoods in the city of Duluth, roughly west of 7th Avenue East and Kenwood Avenue. The incumbent running for re-election in District 8A is Democrat Liz Olson.
Hi, I'm Liz Olson, and I'm running to represent District 8A in the Minnesota House of Representatives. For the past 6 years, I've had the honor of representing our community in St. Paul as a state legislator. And I've also earned the trust of my colleagues serving in leadership roles as the Deputy Majority Leader and Speaker Pro Tem. The thing that grounds me in this work is our shared values as a community. Your priorities are my priorities. I've worked to deliver on key things for our community, such as affordable childcare funding, making sure we have funds dedicated to fighting the opioid epidemic, investing in our roads, bridges, infrastructure, our waterways, and making sure that we do something to tackle mental health. All things that have been clear to me as a charge and a need in our community that I have then been able to deliver for our community. But we know there's so much more work to do. In the elections this year, the stakes are high. We know we need to strengthen and protect our democracy, that we need to make sure we expand access to reproductive health care for everyone. And with the last 3 years being so hard for so many people, we need to continue to invest in those bread and butter issues, making sure everybody has a place to call home with a safe, affordable roof over their head, that our schools continue to be places we're investing so our learners can have the resources they need, our teachers can be supported. There's so much work to do, but it's you and everyone in our community that I do this work for and with. And it would be an honor to continue to serve as your state representative. So please remember to vote November 8th.
The Republican running for the State House in District 8A is Art Johnston.
Hello, I'm Art Johnston, running for Minnesota House 8A, representing West Duluth. Many of you will likely remember me for the 8 years that I was on the Duluth School Board and not afraid to speak up. I've seen the best of Duluth and the worst of the way politics operate in Duluth. I was in the DFL for many years and tried to reform it and make people more oriented, nicer, and more transparent. We can shake our head about national politics, but the way politics works in Duluth and in this nation is a disgrace. If you are like me, you are tired of the hate and the name calling. Can we please talk about issues, please? Let's talk about issues. Thanks to DFL policies, hyperinflation is the worst our country has seen in 50 years. Gas prices for transportation are at an all-time high, up 80%. Natural gas to warm our homes and our industries are running at an all-time high. Electric rates are going up. Groceries are up 13%. Lumber is up 50% just in 1 year. 2 years ago, America was energy independent and actually exported energy. No more, thanks to the DFL war on energy. For ideological reasons, the DFL and the National Democrats have killed the Keystone Pipeline, want to stop Line 3, have halted the Clean the Magic Trail's natural gas, electric plants in the Twin Ports. All this is stopping affordable, efficient energy flowing in our country and is stunting our standard of living, making energy too unaffordable to those who need it most, and curtailing well-paying local employment. But they aren't content with curtailing energy. They've also killed the Twin Metals mine and are again trying to kill polymet. Steel and our precious metals sustain our lifestyles and that are plentiful in our backyard are now imported from dictatorial countries without environmental protections or labor unions. Has any of this helped you? We now have a democratic political machine that begs, like panhandlers on our street corners, to have nasty foreign countries give us energy and materials at any cost. DFL no longer represents working people, farmers, laborers, or even Democrats with a small d. The broke DFL can no longer even define what a woman is. Our local DFL politicians are the keynote speakers at Sierra Club gatherings, where elite ideological purity and anti-science prevails. And the pain that they're causing working class people is ignored and even lauded. Our local DFL politicians are part of or endorsed by the socialists who've literally taken over the DFL in Duluth. These socialists want to stop American energy production, mines, anti-Semitic, blame the US for Putin's genocide in Ukraine, think that America could be like Cuba or Venezuela. This is not representing Duluth values. Being on the Duluth School Board for 8 years was an eye-opener. The extreme COVID policies, the DFL did one thing, showed parents and taxpayers what an increasing disaster our schools have become. Number of graduates from Duluth schools at an all-time low. Academic proficiency and graduation rates get even lower, particularly for our students of color. Gender junk and racism is replacing academics and excellence. It's time we say no to obsolete, self-serving, bloated education bureaucracies that aren't doing their job. Our schools receive $15,000 of taxpayer money for each student, whether or not they're educating them. It's time to give parents and taxpayers a choice, and that $15,000 to educate their children with freedom. Last but not least, anti-police policies with too many DFLers led to increased crime. This has contributed to the fentanyl pandemic in our homes, homelessness, panhandlers, and mental illness. You can see why I'm a walkaway Democrat. I welcome you to join me and vote to finally have Duluth representatives that represent Duluth people, Duluth values, and our Duluth economy.